Okay. Look, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. When it gets like that, you just start acting really weird. So, you like my glasses? I just got these last week, and I feel very Hollywood-like. Anyways, it's me, Breon, once again. And if you tuned into my last video, I talked about the 1,000 hour challenge. So if you're on that list, let's do this. Let's go. Oh, shoot, I got 15% of power. So I got to make this quick, smooth, and to the point. So as I mentioned before, I want to talk about patience. Patience, which is a virtue, is what they say. I'm so glad we're talking about this whole patience things, because maybe somebody out there can help me, you know. But usually when I talk about things start to come out and it makes sense to me, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Wow, okay, wow, that came from here. All right, that was awesome. So I can remember a time where I wasn't really so antsy about time. Can anyone else relate to that? Where you just, whether was it high school, middle school, or when you were just a kid, it just seemed like time was endless. Like you just never thought about, wow, Friday's here, Saturday's there, and blah, blah, blah. You just never really thought about it. And I guess the more awareness that you sort of grow into, these things start to manifest in your life, and then time just becomes so present, and things seem to go by so quick, you know, which that's a whole nother topic. Every video that I do and I say something, it's like it's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Anyway, but I say that to say, it just seems like things are out of hand when it comes down to patience. And I do blame society and social media. It's worse for me because I'm part of the entertainment spectrum. You know, I like entertainment. I love acting and theater and, you know, photography and all of that stuff. So when you see constantly people out there living the dream that you want to live, looking the way you want to look, and you sitting here working a 9-to-5 job in a cubicle. I mean, if you're in the pandemic, you're at home, but you know what I mean. You might feel some kind of way about that, you know, and you might get a little antsy, and it's like, okay, I have an idea, I have a project that I want to do, but let's be real. It's gonna take me some time to do this shit. Ooh, sorry. It really is. It's going to take me some time. And if I'm being realistic, for what I want to do for myself, it may take me some years, maybe a few years. You know, only you are the determiner. Blah. Is that a word? We're gonna work with it. But only you can determine how long or how quick something takes to get done based on the investment of time that you place. So it's always going to be up to you. But if you're just being realistic with yourself, some things that you may want to do may take that long. It may take some years to do. Well, I want this thing yesterday. I don't want to wait 2 years. I don't want to wait 10 years, you know, for this thing to happen. But when you hear people's stories, they tell you, I've been doing this 20 years, and I'm just now finally getting my big break. But that 20-year time frame was worth it. You know, you got people that work a job for the rest of their life. 20 years in the rest of your life. Look, you gotta weigh out the lesser of two evils. And that's how you have to kind of see it. But that's always my question. What am I supposed to do? But sometimes in life, I feel you get so fed up. You know, you feel like you've been struggling all your life. You've been doing things all your lives, and it's still going to take you probably another 10 years to do something. Like, oh my God. And you just get so antsy. Then you get so depressed. Then you get the wind knocked out of you. Then you don't want to do anything. Then you're stuck back in the same hamster wheel that you've been trying to fight for years to get out of, only to just realize that you're going to be still there. Patience is a virtue. But when I think about patience, what helps me, I'm going to use my hair for example. Look at this hair. It's looking a mess right now because, like I said, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock right now. I don't know what time it is. But I've been growing my hair out since January of 2016. How it started was I had a vision. I just had a vision. I visioned myself having long, flowy hair. It started here. It started here. Didn't know how I was going to go about this journey. I didn't know how hard it would be, how easy it would be. I just knew what I wanted. And my facts was hair just grows. So my goal is to cut the hair. That's all I got to do is not cut my hair and try to maintain it the best way I could. And yeah, 2016 of January. It is now 2021. We're in March. I was bald-headed in 2016. Look where I'm at now. Patience. Now, don't get me wrong. There's not times I wouldn't think about like, gosh, it's taking forever. You're going to have those moments. But the thing is, set your goal and don't think about it. There's so much stuff out here in this world that you can do to occupy your mind while you're waiting. As long as you're investing. Sometimes you're going to feel this feeling like, you're going to feel this weird, strange sensation like doing something. You do that one thing and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. That one thing that you do is enough. It's something. Over time, it's going to grow into something. It's just like going to the, getting you some fast food or going to the vending machine and it's $1.25. You think that $1.25 ain't nothing, but every single day, you've been going to that vending machine. So that stuff accumulates. Then you look at it in your bank account and realize, damn, I didn't spend like $30 in 1 week. Every increment that you invest counts. So invest, whatever it is you're trying to do, make the investment and occupy your time with something else. What am I doing for myself? Well, I said I want to be a comic book artist. Well, I realized that I am not just a linear person. I am very, very multifaceted. So there's a lot of other avenues that I can occupy my time in while I'm waiting for this goal to hit its peak. So one thing for me, I love acting. I can go do some performances on the side. I can go do an audition. That doesn't harm me. If anything, that betters me. That gives me exposure. That gives me more experience. Resume, that's something there. I have a project that I'm working on, one of my good friends, and it's a film project. That's something I can be doing. These YouTube videos. There's so much that I can be doing while I'm working on my goal. So that's the thing. And then also you got to take it up to God. I feel like you have to get connected with the Creator. Simple as that. God doesn't work like that. Sometimes it can happen, but that's because it was meant to be that way for that person or that moment. It's supposed to happen that way. But generally, God don't work like that when he's developing something. It goes through different phases. And each phase that you go through is crucial. It is more crucial than anything. So if you just jump to this because you feel like that's what you really want, then guess what? That thing that you thought that you really wanted, it doesn't even last because you missed step 1, 2, 3, and 4 only to jump to step 10. And then you got all these issues. It may seem like that's the way we're supposed to do, but trust me, it is not. You want to go through that phase because it's very important. This hair, had I just woke up bald, like, you know, started off bald, and then the next day I had a bunch of hair, I probably would not been able to maintain it. I would probably be stressed. Every year that my hair grew the inches that it did, I had to learn all these different things. I had to learn products. I had to learn what my hair likes and don't like. I had to learn what, you know, what brushes and things that I could use. For the longest, I thought I needed gel just to control my hair. I learned by going through this growth process, the patience phase, that I don't even need to use harsh gel and chemicals to try to maintain my hair. You know, some water, some shampoo, some detangling, and some patience. So even when I have to detangle my hair, because that will make you want to just comb all your hair out, because you're just like, my hair gets extremely tangled. But you have to be patient. You have to care for it. You have to nurture it. And it's all about an attitude. Patience about an attitude. You have to treat that thing. Whatever it is that you're feeling antsy about, you have to treat it like it's a baby. I mean, that's the best way that I can express it in layman's terms for people to understand, is you have to treat it like it's a baby. Like, you have to be very delicate with it and be patient with it. Take care of it. Don't rush this thing. God don't rush shit. So you shouldn't rush shit. Your time will come. It will. But what are you doing? Are you sitting around wishing, or are you acting? And here's the thing. When you activate, when you work in activation, you will be amazed at what comes your way. Get out of your head the time. Just make a pact with yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to be committed to whatever dream or goal that I want to do because I matter. So when you're doing that, just have that commitment and go for it. And like I said, you'll be amazed of the type of people that start being attracted to you, who want to do things with you. Oh, I got this I'm working on. I see you're doing this. Let's do this. And then boom, something starts to spin off. But you would never know that unless you do something. You know, it's out there. So we can't just be focusing on, oh gosh, I want it now. Okay, well, you're going to sit there and be going through madness and craziness because you want it now. Because guess what? No one else cares that you want it now. It's not going to come because you want it now. You got to get out there and you have to do something. You do. I'm sorry. So until you accept that, if you do not accept that, if you don't accept the laws of the land, then you out of this race, kid. Pack up your towel, put it in the locker, and go home. You're out of this race. Point blank, period. That's something I had to tell myself, because for the longest, I got so caught up in just depression and things not happening my way to the point where I'm just like, you know what? F it. I just want it. Like, where is it? Just, can it come now? Don't work like that. That was part of my growing up phase, is understanding that reality. So just give it to God and focus on things that really truly bring light in your life. Don't be focusing so much on time. Don't even look at the time. That's why I don't even be paying attention to birthdays. I don't care about birthdays and stuff, you know, because that's just more reminders of getting old. So I just do what I can. But that's what I have to say about patience. This was a very long video. I wasn't trying to do it that way, but sorry. But yeah, if you haven't seen the 1,000 hour video, definitely check that out. But that's what I feel about patience. We all have it in us. Trust me, we all have it in us, because you have to be very, very patient to get up every single day to go to a job that you don't like. That's a lot of strength. A lot of people can't do it, but you're doing it. So what else can you do? All right, Breon here. You know where to find me. You know where to subscribe. Black Goku 2013 Instagram. Stay tuned. Deuce.